What's up, everybody? Welcome to day 922. That was informal. I'm just thirsty. That's why. But let's do a quick little promo, and then we're just gonna get into it. The theme of today is fail to win, and at first that might seem like quite a conflicting and depressing thing to say, but no, no, no. In order to win, you must first fail. So we love to fail every day. We're gonna make this promo very on the down low because I actually really like this picture. You know those ads that Apple makes shot on iPhone? I mean, actually kind of rings true because I'm amazed that an iPhone took this. It looks like, I mean, this is on a live stream, but go to Instagram so you can see this picture and how fucking awesome it looks. That's my victory of the day. I took a cool picture of a road. Hello, McBurgerness. What do you mean, no way? We do this every day. Don't act surprised. Jesus. All right. I'm going to have to take a quick shit, but let's get to the stream for, or no, let me just a really quick shit and piss. I'm a speed runner, all right? So just give me a second. All right, so I'm back. Let's make this a routine. It's already been a routine for a little bit, but like make it more of a routine because I feel like in the last week or so I haven't been as consistent as letting people know my presence, be it eating paper or talking about Israel. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to be doing in the future. Regardless, we're going to be establishing presence, okay? The internet is a room full of heads, and they will turn and they will listen to you if you shout loud enough, consistently enough. If you scream once, right, that's your half second of fame. However, the government has contracted me personally with eating this paper, doing it well, and for sacrificing my body to science. It shouldn't be a zero point 0.5 seconds of fame type deal, all right? This needs international recognition. We got to be loud, proud, and consistent, all right? All of us together, not just this guy, all right? I alone cannot do this. That is our speech for the day. Also, our score for the day is a solid 6.3. Lots of uncertainty, and this is all just a process of waiting. There have been a lot of things, at least when we're talking about interpersonal or job related or government related, a lot of things that only entail waiting. And the big mistake that we young adults make is we make the waiting part unnecessarily hard. I don't know, just slip into your little coma zone, wait it out, don't cause yourself unnecessary pain. 9 out of 10. Everybody's having an excellent day. You guys all outpaced me. Caden woke up an hour ago, but he has started off with an 8.4, continuing the extremely optimistic attitude he established 3 years ago. Yeah, ate a sandwich. Dabbing emoji. McBurgerness at an 8.8. Oh my god. And Myra at a 9.10. It's almost like you guys are trying. You're trying to compete with each other and outdo each other's scores, but I know this is just your humble, honest score. You guys are just naturally flourishing today. Hello, paper eater. Hey, no hard R slurs around here, okay? Chill out with that, Ian. But hello to you, too. Give your score for the day, all right? Conform, like the rest of us. Some dumbass sent Comic-Con passes to my address on accident, so now I have 3-day passes to Comic-Con next month. Hey, listen, it was a gift from God, okay? Don't curse the Buddha out for sending you free passes. But that is cool, actually. That seems weird, right? Because it's, like, perfect for your family. You have a 3-person family. You like animations, I think. This is like this was meant for you. I mean, what are the odds of that happening? I don't think there's any way to truly calculate it, but I would estimate it's like 0.000015%. Hello, Rex. Gonna see a few local bands later with a friend. Hopefully my day becomes mathematically improbably good. I don't think it's gonna be in 1,000. I mean, if we're being honest with ourselves, but if you want to just write that in and brag and gloat, and feel free to do that. But there's no way local rock music could bring my day to anything above a 5.3 out of 10 single-handedly. It's one, oh, never mind. Okay, you say 3-day passes. Okay, but it's one pass for 3 days. Why did you use the word passes, the plural form? Well, either way, you can, screw the rest of your family. Just you yourself go and look at Asian cartoon pictures and stuff and buy a bunch of 3-page comic books. I actually went to a comic book store because me and mom were just kind of walking around. We were looking for a good shirt. There are no good shirts right now, especially because it's summer. So every shirt, it's like maybe one layer of cotton threads. It's very easily rippable. All the cool shirts that I have, they're not selling any of those. We're going to have to wait till like the beginning of fall. But we walked into this comic store. It was disheveled, borderline going out of business like many comic book stores are right now. And I was like, okay, do I get a big omnibus book if I wanted to start collecting comics? Or do I do the $3 each single comic pages? And they have some cool looking covers, but each comic book is like 3 pages thick, and it's like 1/4 of a storyline. So, I mean, there are people who do that. There are people who, I mean, I assume it's because it's like as you're keeping up with the comics as they're coming out weekly. You buy them. You get all 3 pages of them. That just seems like such an insane commitment. Like, I can't look at any of that and go, wow, I can't, I'm not going to start my collection like that. Not that I, need absolute affirmation or advice on how to collect comics from my live chat right now, because I'm planning on taking care of a bunch of other stuff right now. But my day is 100 out of 100. Ooh. Anybody who knows how to do some 6th grade math knows that means a 10 out of 10. That's an uncommon good day. And I know that Mesathula is being honest about this because he normally doesn't gloat about how good his day is. So it's good that you're being quite fair with your scoring up to this point. And it's also good that you're having an excellent day today. Recognition for that. I forgot to install my soundboard, but I would do something. What's up, Mikhail? One of my local bands is playing, so I am at least happy about that. Oh, one of your favorite local bands. All the stuff I like is internationally known, and they don't give a shit about San Diego, so you're lucky. You're lucky that it can kind of be confined to a bubble. I feel like most stuff that's locally known just might... It's not good enough for my short attention span to pay attention, but I don't know. Again, actually, no, yeah. Local rock act? Is that a rock act? Mosquito Lover 77? It's kind of more ambient ASMR synth stuff for sleep. That's what I kind of... You can find an acronym for that. Mosquito Lover 77 will never perform again. What do you mean? I loved the beautiful ambient beats for sleep. What are you talking about? For sleep and studying. Ian 30, you tell me your reasons why you aren't performing again, because that was a one-of-a-kind performance. I have videos on my phone. I can... play them. They're only there in little teeny tiny snippets, but I feel like that's enough to kind of give the impression. Mm, 100 does not equal 10. However, 100 over 100 does equal 10 over 10. There you go. It's okay. Everybody skips a grade at some point or is held back a couple grades and uses GPT to pass. I get it. I got shot. Mikhail, dude, my garage hallucinatory nightmare from high school. I can't believe it. Anybody who's missing context, Mikhail is an account based off of a video I made about a profile with the same name. And he's kind of embodying the spirit of original Mikhail. Mikhail is kind of a phoenix from the ashes reincarnation. Equally as scary as the first one. I mean, just look at that profile picture. With the help of GPT, he made Mikhail stick his tongue out. It looks way scarier than before. Music for mosquitoes. That is not the reason as to why you're not doing any more live shows. Why are you going on a musical hiatus? You tell me that. Mosquito Lover 77, gone but never forgotten. There is a possibility, Mr. Shit, that you actually were one of the... Because I'm wondering, you must be somebody who I know in real life, because your Instagram account is mysteriously blank, meaning you have another account, but if you were to show it to me, perhaps it would expose some information. You don't need to respond to that part, by the way. I like the mystique. It makes it more fun. But I know for a fact that there is a high possibility, possibly 15% chance, that you were at Ian's show, and you understand. You understand what we're losing here. Ooh, arson. No, this is just a reused asset from last stream. I forgot to replace it. It's when we were doing our ICE protest debate. And shout out to special guest Oline Case, putting her all into a conversation. It's one thing to dispassionately, ICE shouldn't be here or whatever. But it's good to actually get involved about the issues at hand. She actually sent me some articles about many scenarios, given that we have millions upon millions of citizens here. And many, 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 probably even more scenarios than citizens where people might come under suspicion, people are being detained, and there are articles of actual legal citizens getting put into the slammer. If we're seeing any pattern, and we should investigate into this, that ties to an actual thing related to recent executive orders that have become a lot more haphazard, that should be dealt with. However, my point remains, and as I've, kind of had a mid-Costco shopping spree debate with my parents, my position has been ironed out a little bit. The issue I take is with the protests and their messaging. And this is an issue I take with all forms of advocacy. Yes, it is fun to make the words on your big poster board sign that you're holding up and waving around very big. It makes it very fun. You can write it in all caps, but I feel like they got to make more room on those protest signs for more nuanced messages. It is not fuck ICE, because if ICE were to be gone, it would be a very important role in this nation that we need to keep that would be gone. There are people who came here without filing paperwork in order to instill good principles for the people who immigrated here legally. In order to encourage those good principles, yes, we do need to discourage the illegal, easy way most traveled by. So, yes, if you want citizenship privileges, you must be a citizen. However, these stories about citizens being detained, sometimes being released, other times they have rich mommies and daddies and supply them money to buy expensive lawyers and sue people. Yes, it's a plethora of different things. Some of them might be outliers, but I'm seeing lots of examples showing that it could be the norm. And so, if there are people who are legal citizens here or are in the middle of a due process for acquiring citizenship, that's bad. But I think people are taking that and twisting it into ICE shouldn't be here. But what if ICE isn't here? Who will take care of the people who came here illegally? Which, again, I think that we should all agree that that's not good, especially insulting to the people who immigrated here and took the time to fill out the paperwork. We should definitely upgrade our bureaucracy so that it accommodates the people who maybe had to come here on a whim, or people who might be in the middle of an elongated process, or people who are in the gray area of eligibility. But that does not mean fuck ICE and we're going to burn police cars and throw eggs at local small businesses because we're angry that ICE is here and we think that we're the protagonists in a Pixar movie and we're the ragtag team of racially diverse misfits fighting against the evil government people. It's always more complicated than that. And I'm so tired of it, because when I'm seeing people waving their signs around and burning shit and stomping on top of police cars and making a big fucking deal, and when I'm seeing Instagram stories, people go, dude, I saw ICE in my local neighborhood. I waved at them and they waved back and they didn't do anything to me. Watch out, guys. They're gonna break your door down. We gotta look at the feasibility of what we're talking about here. So for those people, I really don't believe that they're actually thinking about the nuances of the situation, and instead they're just like, oh, government agent of the law is here, therefore it's bad, and totally something bad's going to happen. You'd be surprised, especially in very tense interactions with law enforcement, how attitudes like that will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Have faith that, things are going to be fine, and don't freak out, and you won't do something stupid that's opaque to your awareness, or that's transparent to your awareness, because ever since the legislation on body cams got passed, we're seeing a lot of people, many more people than I ever could have predicted, being completely clueless, lack of self-awareness when it comes to how they're acting and how they're legit provoking law enforcement. So when law enforcement responds accordingly, these people truly don't believe they were the ones that started the conflict. And I believe this happens a lot more than people think. Anyways, long rant over. Let me check on chat. Ian30 says, I don't want to perform the music again. What do you mean? It's a breeze. You don't even need to memorize anything. You just make mosquito buzzing noises and you moan into a microphone, into an auto-tune microphone. The microphone sings for you. I made it all 2+ years ago. I was seeing the spirit of creation in real time right then and there 2 to 3 weeks ago, however long ago that was. Do you remember Josh from middle school? Is that you? Oh, wait, no. With Josh, I'm thinking about Josh from high school. That guy hated me. There's no fucking way that guy would ever indulge in my content. Josh from middle school. Are you saying Josh from G8? Like, as in or Josh, what class did we share? You don't need to, give me to dox the coordinates of wherever my teacher, or the teacher that we took together lives right now, but, bye-bye, I mean good day, goodbye. McBurgerness. On the internet, we're a little awkward around here. Um, let's see. We should investigate. It's not part of the team. Yeah. I'm saying us in general. I'll leave it to hopefully the Twitter intellectuals and not me. You know, it's not like I have ties to the government or anything, and they're contracting me to do this series. Section 135AB13, but you know, whatever. All I got to do is say the word, and we can just look into this. Miss Smith? Shut the fuck. What are you even talking about? No, we didn't take a Miss Smith. What subject was this? What does she look like? How many times did she get me suspended? Answer those questions. Riddle me that. From math. Oh, wait, no. No. I didn't have Miss Smith for math. I had Mrs. O. I'm not gonna say the rest of her name, but Mrs. O. What's her name? Yeah, she had blonde hair, right? I did not take an honors class. When was that? Yeah. Remember I was watching Jacksepticeye FNAF videos after our test, very loud, and my headphones were like cheap $10 headphones, so everyone could hear it. It was like on max volume. They call me Tupac now. Yeah, well, change your name then, man. What were Mirara? What were your results? I hope they're okay. Oh wait, what the heck is happening there? I started playing shows for fun. Oh, I got my hospital results back. Don't have leukemia. That's unhealthy. Hope your red blood cells are doing good. Free Mikhail. Yeah. He's free. He's right here, man. He's not even placed on it. You know what? You know fucking what? All right. Fuck off, time limit. Oh, never mind. I can't find him. All right, well, it's too late for that. Oh, wait. Let me pop up chat. The last stream has me doubting whether the last 2 semesters of music theory has amounted to anything. Feel free to elaborate. I'm not exactly sure what that means. While Moses is elaborating, let me catch up on the rest of chat. The immigration process is painfully slow and expensive. Is that your answer to my question? I'm fucking around. Way too expensive for most people. Yeah, I mean, I think that if the people who work and will help, will become legal taxpayers, which hopefully they will, even some of the people who filled out their paperwork end up avoiding being taxpayers because lower income people tend to skirt that process. But still, if we try to do such a thing, I believe that there is no. And when you're saying it's painfully slow and expensive, like from experience, what would you say the numbers would be? I don't doubt that that's true, and I think that's where we should improve ourselves. We should have borders. We should have walls with doors. We should improve the quality of the doors. No unnecessary additional walls in front of the doors in the initial wall, if you get what I mean. I'm late, John Doe. Yeah, you're very late. You're like 922 days late. This is the first stream I've ever seen you at. Welcome to the stream, John Doe. I don't have the hand clapping gif or anything, but I'm going to give you the next best thing. There you go. That's the best I can do. Jarvis, find every blonde teacher with yeah. 8th grade. 8th grade. What the hell did I even do in 8th grade? I don't remember having a math teacher in Mrs. Smith. In 8th grade, I didn't have a female math teacher. I had Mr. Moldovan. Yeah, I was in his terrible honors class. Capping, there was no autistic ass. What are you even talking about? Your name is monkey type shit and you're watching a paper reading live stream day 922. And also, nice try. Palm readers try to guess the first letter of fucking... how about this? If I pull up the middle school yearbook, bet your ass I will not find you. Leave when you can, bro. Get out of here. I'm a idiot who rips off my favorite artist. Brian actually knows how to play music. Should be paying you to... I feel like I'm completely like lost here. I'm like reading shit backwards. Let me see. People who are claiming asylum had a valid reason to come and wait in line. Immigration course, but that is, less than 10%, if that. Well, those are the people who have the big headlines written about them. And again, less than 10%. 10% is still a big chunk. If it's 9%, we should still be considering those people. However, you can achieve asylum status at port of entry. That's what I've been told. Also, a particular judge granted a certain gentleman who has been in the headlines recently basically a free pass from even getting his paperwork filled out because of the gang violence threatening him in another country. And what I say is, yes, you can get that pass for now, have it last maybe a certain number of days, months, or years, however long it takes. But in the meantime, fill the papers out so that no one later on, maybe in an administration later on, has any legal groundwork to get you out of the country, right? Or to detain you, which the guy wasn't detained. The guy was never in any danger, and now he has a bunch of expensive lawyers, and he has a bunch of headlines, and people have like probably a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe or whatever the hell to fund him suing the people who put his life in danger for a grand total of 2 days, right? So he's ruining their livelihoods forever. That's cool. And what happened to him should probably not happen, but it's a weird gray area, and it's not representative of many of the things that happens. Many of the situations, a lot of what I've seen and what my mom has sent me on NBC, ABC News is what witnesses who witnessed some Mexican guy getting detained, and it was a little rough, and the guy was screaming in pain as they were trying to cuff him and put his hands behind his back. They said it seems like they're judging these people off skin color. But I feel like what's not being talked about is many of these situations you hear from the witnesses, not from the person themselves. If they were legal citizens, then at no point would the citizen or would the witnesses be the number one quoted. But in many of these articles, I'm seeing witnesses who witnessed the guy getting detained being quoted. When I feel like in reality, the number one person who should be consulted and quoted is the guy who was detained. If you guys are journalists, you guys should search him out. If there's a video, identify him, get back to him, or the guy will make a big stink, as a couple others evidently have. But I don't know, if you're detained, can you not access your phone or go to social media, or none of your family members can go to bat for you? Maybe his family. I have no idea. So I got to go past my bedtime. Yeah, you're in a different time zone. We never went to middle school together. What the heck are you talking about? I subscribe to you. I am curious about your music stuff. This video is one-off for fun. Or that video is one-off for fun. Am I still down for Saturday the 28th? Marked in my calendar. We are confirmed. Let's see. I'm always there. Thank you, by the way. Thank you for always being there, Mr. Shit. Are you a part of a gang called Colonia? Shh, don't say their name out loud. It's like Voldemort, all right? I apparate, and cartel guy dealing a couple guns will bring me my monthly shipment, okay? Shh, don't summon them on accident. Trying to trick me into saying their names out loud? Jesus. Listen, you're probably in the business too, Mikhail. You understand how it works, okay? So just don't keep it on the DL, all right? The feds are listening. I'm contracted by the government to do this. All right. Haven't heard that in years. You didn't hear anything. I didn't say shit. I love supporting musicians, even though it fills me with envy. I mean, I feel like, unfortunately, in the jazz world, that is a big thing. It's just member measuring. And I feel like when you become a better musician, when you drop all the envy, you know? And I'm not going to pretend like I'm a bigger man. Of course, I've been in a room, and it feels cool to be the best musician in the room, but then another drummer comes in, and he does shit that I don't know, I have no idea how he even did that. And it's a weird feeling, but it makes me want to learn from that person. So I feel like that's a huge point of growth. So yeah, I mean, the envy's good. The envy drives you to learn and appreciate the thing you were once envious of and felt all those negative feelings. And the envy gets replaced with admiration, learning. You become a better musician. Am I missing anything? Okay. This is why I quit. Let me see. What the fuck am I? Oh, okay. You asked me a question. How much money do I have to pay you to become my drummer? Well, you name some numbers, and then I'll tell you my answer. And it depends what I'm drumming for. It depends on whether or not I got to take a cross-country trip. I don't know. You might live in Florida or something like that. They have people to play music with, and I don't. Oh, that's true. Collaboration. Yeah, I mean, I got very lucky, again, because just all of the orchestra stuff I did when I was very, very little, I knew a bunch of people, and I just so happened to get lucky and know people who had ties and all that. And very easily, I could have, not been in mainly Mozart, and things could have been very different. So if you are a classically trained musician, you do classical, then you go into jazz later. Jazz, yes, there is collaboration, but like with classical, I was interacting with just masses and masses of people because, classical musicians rehearse in big clusters. It's all about quantity of people. What if said musicians is an asshole? Moses, I know exactly what you're talking about, and you have to socially maneuver your way through it. It's true for anything. It's true for if you're manufacturing Amazon boxes. It's true if you're bottling Gatorade bottles at a Gatorade bottling factory. It's true for any community of people. You won't feel envy from my music. It's okay. Dude, I was there and I was crying because I was just like, shit, I've never made anything like this, and I never could. And don't get down on yourself, Ian. It's all perspective. You already said your address. It's okay. Oh, you said my address, And congratulations, you possess confidential, valuable information that my parents would kill me if someone were to, or if many people were to routinely show up here. So, okay, it's 5:42. It's 2:45 for me. You made that a little bit ago. That's quite a coincidence. You said it's 5:42. When I looked at that, it's 2:45 p.m. Oh, man. That's only interesting to me. All right. We have about 3 or 4 pieces left. This is what we got. You guys ready? Final stretch. Wrong thing. There we go. I hope I survive. You'll be fine. You're Mikhail. You have the ability to teleport into my garage and into my sleep paralysis nightmares, so you're fine. Anyone who listens to Blade can make good music. You're fine, Ian. This is what I'm talking about. Thank you, Myra. We're looking to encourage people. We've had a couple psychologists go on, one of them including my grandma, Kathy. She sometimes attends the stream very silently. She critiques my diet, whatever. But she's very in touch with humanity, and she understands how people psychologically work. There's a little piece of dust in my hair. And the few pro jazz gigs I've been, all the people have been really nice, so I'm probably projecting again. Yeah, I mean, don't meet Charlie Arbalez. He's an actual nightmare person, a nightmare human being. So just, yeah, if you want your opinion to remain positive, just don't interact with him. But most of everybody else is pretty cool. It's usually just me if I'm performing, which is sad now that I think about it. It's not sad at all, Instead of getting 1/4 of the attention, you're getting 100% of the audience's attention. Shit's a luxury. Thank you, Myra. I'm sorry I haven't talked to you in a minute. Yeah, come on. This is classic family reunion, You guys get back together. This is so wholesome for what I expect for this stream to be. So, thank you guys. Thank you. And it's okay to vent in here, That's literally what I do. That's why we have this system. We have all this bullshit. We have 3 pieces left, by the way. I feel like you were a gangbanger back in high school. Oh, shit, man. How did you know? We managed the Megamind cult. If you want to know why, there is a YouTube account managed by someone else who is not me, who, so I'm literally here on the stream, and, there's a guy named Cult of Megamind. I've known him for a long time. He is the Pope of Megamind. It's a long-standing religious thing that I've been participating in since high school. We put posters up around school faculty, and ASB tried to take it down repeatedly on multiple occasions. It was the good times, And it was all about ditching false prophets and believing in a particular, not Scientology, but Scientology-adjacent idea. There's a lot more proof that we were created by an extraterrestrial organism than by some wispy cloud man. That's very Earth-centric. We are aware that extraterrestrials have a 99.347% chance of existing, and a lot of them could extend far beyond the 7 dimensions we know right now. So, we're very racially diverse and very mentally diverse over here at the Paperini community, all right? We have no faux diversity bullshit, all right? We is what we is. Rip, eat more paper. You see? Mrs. Triple G always has her eyes on the prize. Rex always talks about music. Ian 30 vents about himself. And I do all of the above. All right. Everybody, this is the second to last piece. We are nearing the end of the stream. I really like when a lot of viewers come to the stream because it makes me feel better about when we do longer streams in the future. After summer's over, the new semester of school begins, I intend to make the streams hecka long. So we're going to work our way up to it. Don't know exactly how/if I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try. Do you know this guy called the acid reflux guy? Now, that was my nickname in middle school. I was just the guy who would have acid reflux in class. I'd throw up a nice little red puddle on my math homework every day. There goes Brian again. All right, we need a little bit more. Give me a second. Okay, last piece. Everybody, thank you so much for coming to a slightly, like maybe 30% downtrodden, yet very active, very committed, very patient paper stream. I say patient because I am anticipating the future. I think things are going to be great. I'm waiting for my consistent full 5-day government-oriented work schedule to start. That's going to take a little bit of time. Once I'm there, I'm there. It's just a matter of continuously waiting because the onboarding bullshit sucked so bad. But it's over. I officially took care of it, nailed all of it down. So, we're really going to be focusing on waiting. That's the theme for today. So, thank you so much for watching, and to emphasize the patience, I will see you tomorrow. That'll be day 923. Make sure to live, laugh, cry, and also not die. And until next time... This is goodbye. Nah, Ian, the stream's good because I go on a bunch of tangents. Imagine if it's just silent, paper-eating mukbang ASMR for 40 minutes. I feel like you guys would leave in like 2 minutes if that were the case. All right, goodbye, gentlemen, and also ladies, of which apparently 44.7% of my viewers are comprised of. Congrats, we're talking about diversity over here. And don't worry, as my schedule gets consistent, these dark circles will go away. Thank you so much for watching, and, of course, 3, 2, 1...